Hello, my name is Turbo. Welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is Prague, the music genre, not the city in the Czech Republic. One of my viewers asked what Prague was, and me being me, I automatically thought that everyone knew what Prague was because I like it, so I automatically assumed, oh, everybody knows about Prague. But if you're just hearing about Prague, Prague is a genre of progressive music called progressive music. It is an overarching genre and has subgenres like progressive rock, progressive metal. I can probably point you in the direction of a band that is Prog or bands that are Prog rather than actually giving you a Webster's definition. And I think that would help define the genre more. I like bands like Portraits, Animals as Leaders, Intervals, anything by Jakub Sateki. He's really good. There are lots of bands that fall under the Prog heading. I use air quotes because I'm not sure how they define themselves as a genre, but I know that like I would consider things like Pliny or maybe Polyphia and as Prog, and I don't know that anybody else really specifically thinks of like Polyphia as Prog, but I do. And I know that there are characteristics that make me think a band is Prog. Today we're going to be looking at 3 characteristics that I think are indicative that a band is Prog. The first thing that I notice anyway in the bands that I like is their chord choice. Oftentimes bands will use very colorful chords. Prog bands will use very colorful chords with extensions on their chords like 9s, 11s, 13s, minor flat 5s, which incidentally is a lot of characteristics of like jazz music as well. But that's one of the big giveaways in the outset of listening to a band. You can hear those really colorful, beautiful chords. An addendum to that would be note choice on writing solos or writing riffs. A lot of chromaticism is used or playing out in order to highlight those really expansive chords and maybe resolve in places that are not your normal tonic. The second thing that I think is more obvious in the music that I listen to is syncopation. So that is accentuated by odd patterns where they usually use different techniques such as selective picking, hybrid picking, and thumping to accentuate a syncopated rhythm in either the lead or the riffs that they're using. It's usually associated with odd times or polyrhythms, and I think it makes for a great listen. But it is a defining characteristic of Prog that I've noticed. The third and final thing is wide pants. You might think I'm joking, but the bigger the pants, the bigger the chops. 100% of the time, it is directly correlated to your pant size. You're either a good guitar player with amazingly big pants, or you've got on skinny jeans and you're struggling. On a more serious note, the third thing is usually the types of tones that they use. So most of the time it's light gain, but it's real transient, especially with thumping. You want to be able to hear that percussive nature. Usually they'll have something like a compressor that does a good job of helping accentuate the note choices. While this isn't a comprehensive list of what prog is, I think it is some of the more defining characteristics. Now, I adore the bands that I listen to. They are really good, very technical, always in time. They put out really good music. And some of the bands that I listed earlier are just the tip of the iceberg. But that's a part of why I'm making this video as well. If you have any other prog music suggestions, leave them below in the comments. I love listening to new bands, checking out new stuff. Some of the ones that I like are, I've listed a few already. There's Pollen, which has a really good song called Glutamate. There's Spiro Ducius, Giuseppe Gallardi. I probably butchered his name, but he's very good, and he writes really, really cool music. Those are just a few of the bands that I listen to, and they are very guitar-centric, if not completely instrumental, with a focus in guitar. Other stuff that kind of breaks away from guitar, but is still closely related. Tigran Hamasyan, fantastic pianist. And he does like to use both odd times and those syncopated riffs. Great stuff. If you have any other non-guitar related stuff that falls under the prog genre, let me know in the comments. I think that'll do it for this video. Next video, I am going to go over my H string, Big Bertha back there. No, that's not what it's named. I don't have a name for it. So if you would like to help me name this guitar, go ahead and drop a name in the comments. Let's try and keep it decent. If you haven't already, hit like and subscribe. I'm just doing this for the love of the game, but it's good to know that there are people out there that care about the content that I'm making. I'm Turbo. Have a great day, and God bless.